What's going on, my little bundle of chestnuts? It's your girl, Kate Winchester here. And as far as the whole James situation goes, I need to update you. And I know that it's Sunday. Oh, by the way, happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful fathers out there. And if you neglected or abandoned or abused or molested your children, then this day isn't about you. So, like, get the fuck out. I just felt like I needed to put that out there. Like, Father's Day is about, like, I'm sorry, I just saw this on Facebook. And he was just like, oh, I think all fathers deserve a happy Father's Day. So it was like, didn't you abuse your daughter, like, or something like that? And then he just deleted their comments. So, like, I mean, like, I don't know the situation, but, like, I feel like I need to just, like, put that out there. Like, it takes, you know, like, you can just be a father. Like, okay, how do I explain this? Like, anyone can be a father, but there is just so much more to having sex than being a dad, you know? So, like, you can't, like, anybody can be a father, but it takes balls and it takes guts to be an actual dad, you know? Like, my father is a dad because he was there for, I mean, yeah, he was a truck driver, so he missed a lot of milestones, but he didn't just choose to up and leave, you know, like, he was a dad, you know. So I'm just, you know, I just feel like it goes to the dads out there, like, not just to the fathers or, like, the, you know, the terrible people. So, you know, anyway, so I'm stalling. I'm sorry. Okay, so the whole James situation. In my last video about James, I was talking to you about how I was being stalked and I was scared for my life and I was crying and all of that. The situation has simmered down a little bit. Like, there was one scary event that I can recall. So Macy and I were swimming at my house for a sleepover, and I don't know if you saw my post on Facebook or what, but I blocked him on Facebook, so there's no way that he should have seen my post, you know? He shouldn't have seen my, anything like that. So I posted a picture of me in my bathing suit, and I was like, Macy and I are gonna go swim or something like that, you know, and he was not able to see that post. So I'm trying to let you guys know why this situation made me almost piss my fucking bathing suit. This is why, okay? So, I'm swimming with my friend, like, we're splishing and splashing like little kids, like having a good time, you know, like, you know, and just like fucking around kind of thing, like we're dicking around in the water, we're doing the whole whale shit, like, you know, only she would understand that. And I get a text on my phone, and I remember my parents said that I had to be back by a certain time, so I get out and I check the time and I see a text message, like one of those little messengers thingy. So I open it up and it says, "You look really good in that bathing suit." And guess who it was? James! Isn't that just so fucking funny? Not really. So I was terrified, but I just kind of ignored it. And usually when I'm scared, I'm like, well, slide, delete, I'm just gonna go back and swim if I don't, like, out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, you know? Like, I'm here to have a good time with my best friend. I don't need your drama. I don't need your shit, you know what I mean? So, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, well," and then I jump in the water going, "Oh, we're weird." We're weird, just, you know, just understand that we're weird, okay? So, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, well," and just, like, had a good time, and she just kind of like, okay, like, you know, she's fine. I didn't tell her until later, and then she was mad at me for not telling her. She's like, why the fuck didn't you tell me? And I understand now, because like he could have been watching us swim, you know, like we could have been in danger. I understand why she would be mad, but like I didn't want to scare her. You know, I think it comes down to me wanting to forget about it, but also mostly just not wanting to scare her and scare her away, you know. So I feel bad that I didn't bring it up to her, but she was just like, the next time you don't feel safe, let me know. And I was like, all right. So I was just like, you know, she's having a good time, like, you know, it's whatever. So the reason why I don't feel scared anymore is because I haven't seen a text from him, you know. Like every time I leave the house, I still have to like be on guard, and I still have to like look over my shoulder occasionally. My stepmom took my brother and I to Taco Bell, and I was sitting like in front of the window, so occasionally I would like look behind me and like stare out the window to see if I can see an unfamiliar car or something. I live in a very small town, and it's just like, you know, everybody knows everybody. Everybody's seen the same car like 3 or 4 times, you know? So I was just trying to see if I was like, that car doesn't look familiar, you know what I mean? But I haven't seen anything unusual, and he actually, when we had that conversation, that if you guys have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, I think the video is called like important video or something like that, or like something important to say. The word important is in there, so just scroll all the way down until you see me like crying. It was recent, so it's not the whole like wolfy shit, you know. It wasn't about all of that. It was a new person, you know, and just yeah. So I'm not saying that I'm being stalked at this point. Like at this point I would say I'm just being harassed, but like it was stalking, and now it's just being harassed, and I would much rather be harassed than stalked. Wait, is someone getting harassed? Wait, what? Okay, I would much rather be bombarded with texts and calls rather than just being stalked. And like, if you are texting me my whereabouts, you need to get a life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of free time on your hands. So, I don't feel so much like I'm gonna die anymore, which is a good thing. But yeah, he texted me, and he was just like, you know, and I told him, I was like, your friends keep sending me my address, you know. And then what I said in my last video was just like, you know, me basically repeating the conversation, and eventually what scared me and made me have a fucking panic attack was when he was like, do you really live at 1234 your street? And I was like, well, yeah, like you saw that in a fucking video chat. And he goes, let's find out if you really live at 1234 your street. And then he blocked me, so I couldn't respond. So it freaked me the fuck out, because he said, let's find out. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Let's find out. Holy... I'm having head pains. I'm having my head pains. Oh, I'm having goosebumps. Like, look at this. This is like fucking not okay. I don't even know if you can see that. Oh, wait. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. I don't know. So, I freaked the hell out. I call Macy, and she's like, I was like, hey, can you talk really quick? And she's like, yeah, what's up? And then she called me, and I was like, like fucking hyperventilating. And she's like, whoa, were you okay? Like, you know, being a good best friend. And I told her, and she's like, are you home alone? And I was like, I don't know. Like, my grandmother was there, but she is silent as a mouse. So I literally thought I was home alone, because my grandmother gets a wild hair up her ass, and it's just like, I need to get out of this house. So she'll just leave without people knowing, and we don't know where she is. We don't know where she is. She just kind of gets up and leaves, and just texts us with an "Hey, I'll be back." We don't know where she is. So I thought that that's what happened, but no, she was just watching TV. She's just chilling, hanging out. But I was like, I'm home alone, like I don't know what to do, like freaking the hell out. So she's like, okay, lock the doors, you know, take yourself up to your room or in a spot where you feel safe. So I took myself in the backyard. I don't know why I was in the backyard. I don't know why the hell I went to the backyard. I guess I just, oh, no, I remember. Because my stepmom was sleeping, she was taking a nap, and I didn't want to wake her up with my panic attack. So I went to the my brother wasn't here. I could have just like hung out in his room because it was downstairs. But no, me freaking out. I am not the smartest when it comes to like logic, so I just went. It's funny now, like now that I'm not in such a like threatening situation. I just can't believe I took myself to the backyard. Like, what the hell? Oh, this person probably knows where I live, so let me just go to the backyard. Oh, okay. In my defense, the backyard doesn't have, it has a fence. I need to sleep. Like, I need to go home and sleep in my bed instead of a couch. So, anyway, and I'm not trying to treat the situation like a big joke. It's just kind of funny now. Because I'm in a good place now, you know, like, I can laugh at it now, you know, like, if it was still happening, I wouldn't be laughing. Well, I mean, probably a little bit, because you know me, like, I take the, like, my ghost could have been like, and then I died. And just, like, my best friend and I, like, we could be dead and just, like, sitting there as ghosts and be like, hey, remember that time when you got ran over by that car? Yeah! You went flying! Like, you know, like, we don't take anything seriously at all, so, like, I think she learned that from me, or, like, maybe I learned that from her. Maybe we just kind of turned each other. I don't know. I was normal till you showed up. So anyway, yeah, I take my stupid ass to the backyard. And then I'm, like, sitting there freaking out, and then, there's, like, a bunch of little kids on, like, the fence, like, to the left. So they're, like, playing in their, like, little backyard, and they hear like a fucking walrus, you know? They hear a walrus on the phone on the other side, and she's like, is the door locked? And I was like, I don't remember. So I had to, like, take my stupid hyperventilating ass and go lock the door, and then I run back outside. And I'm like, Kate Winchester, everybody, nice to meet you. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get my ass murdered. So yeah, I was just like, he knows where I live, like, I'm like freaking out, and she's like, okay, just breathe, like, it's gonna be okay. And then my grandmother comes outside, she's like, and I was just like, Grandma, oh my God, and she's like, you're not home alone? I was like, I thought I was, but I wasn't. She was like, yeah, I was watching Dr. Paul. she's like, I've never said this story out loud. So she's like, I was watching Dr. Paul and I hear you hyperventilating, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, I'm fine. And she's like, what is wrong with you? She's probably thinking my dumb ass granddaughter. She's probably sitting there like, oh, here we go again. So I was just like, Macy, I'll be right back, I'm gonna call you right back. And she's like, okay. So I talked to my grandma, and she's like, are you done? And she's like, why did you run outside? She's like listening to me patiently, and she goes, why did you go to the backyard? And I was like, I didn't want to wake Brandy up. And she was like, why didn't you go into Sean's room? And I was like, I don't know. And she's just sitting there. Alright, well, he's not gonna come here. And I was like, how do you know? And she's like, he won't come here. And I was just like, okay, like okay, honey, okay. And then she was just like, and she's like, I have a gun, okay? Like, my grandmother is like, oh my god, my grandmother is so crazy. My grandmother is crazy. Okay, so a little backstory, a little history lesson for my family. So my grandmother's father was actually Mexican, and her mom was white. So my grandmother has a little bit of a Latina side to her. But the thing is, she doesn't know any Spanish because her dad was actually like very ashamed of his heritage and his culture. For some reason, I don't know his story. I don't know the guy. I don't know. But she basically told me that she wasn't allowed to learn Spanish. They didn't really have a lot of Mexican food. So she only learned how to make tamales and tacos and burritos like she knows how to do because her mom taught her when her dad was working. So, and she actually got pretty good at it. I love my grandmother's tamales. I will not accept any tamales from anybody else except for my abuela. So that's why I learned Spanish and I can say the vowels just fine, like, you know, like. So, I mean, yeah, I still have to learn a little bit. Like, I'm not fluent. I hate it when people are like, can you translate? No. I can translate poquito, like a little bit. Like, all you're gonna get from me is tamale taquito. Like, I know how to say, like, pero, and, like, I know that the two L's sound like the Y. I can say a lot of words, but not a lot. Like, I can't be a full-on translator for, like, a news site, like, a news broadcaster, you know? So she's all crazy. My grandmother is crazy. So you mess with me and you're gonna die, basically. So my grandmother's like, he's not gonna come here. Okay. She's like, he's not gonna come here. I have a gun. Your grandfather has a gun. Like... So she's like treating the whole situation like, you know, full on like CSI kind of thing. And no, we still have not called the cops, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why we haven't called the cops is because after I made that video, okay, I literally made that video the same day that this all happened. And I made that video because I was freaking the hell out. So I managed to calm myself down enough to record a video, but then as soon as I hit send, I was like, and started having a panic attack again. Like, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, OMG. I'm gonna just contour my tits. I don't know. What is this video? Tana Mojo shit. Like, Tana Mojo, like, jumped inside my body, so this is what this video is. I hate myself. So anyway, the reason why I'm not as scared as that is because my grandmother and I were talking, and we were just like, you know, he's probably just all talk, because a lot of stalkers will say, like, oh, you live blah 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 blah, but then they won't do anything until maybe like 3 days, and it was just kind of like a warning, but then most of them won't even let you know. Like, you know how many women or men die, like, from a murder, but they don't know who the hell did it because that person was so good at stalking, and they just literally just like was chilling on your back porch and just watching you, and you had no idea. Like, that's what a stalker is. Like, a stalker literally will not tell you. So that person was probably just like all talk, you know what I mean? But I don't want to like just assume that. Like, I'm still I know that I still need to be aware of my surroundings. I still need to, I still carry my key like this whenever I go to, like, I don't go to school anymore, so I don't really carry my key as often as I would like, but I'm gonna start taking my key everywhere, you know, and just start holding it the way I normally do, like, in between my fingers, you know, that way if anybody comes to try me, it could be like, and then just, like, scratch their eye. and I'm gonna come at you like, Wah! If anybody comes at you like this, just fucking go like that in between them. I'm gonna fucking die, because I'm gonna come at you like this. I'm scared, but I'm gonna attack you. It's a reverse. It's like, you know, like when you're scared and you go like that, like this person went reverse. So, oh my god, it's gonna take forever to publish this video. So, don't forget to unsubscribe. So, anyway, so yeah, I still need to be aware of my surroundings. So before I end this video, I need to let you know that I'm not treating it like a joke. I'm just a dumbass, and that's why I'm laughing. Is because, like, if I were to actually die from this, the coroner would just be like, wait, not the coroner, the fucking investigators. They'd be like, so you're trying to tell me that this bitch knew that this person lived where she lived, but continued to live there? Well, yeah, it looks like it. I'm gonna be late for dinner. Just like, oh man. And she didn't walk with her key like this. She really attacked him like this. Yeah, that's what the video shows. They're gonna be thinking, puta. They're gonna be like, this person was a pendeja. Who the hell is this pendeja? You know what I mean? So, my point is, the reason why I'm treating it like this now is because when I was, so after I posted that video, he texts me again on my Facebook. Like, he leaves a comment on the fucking, like, graduated from Santan Foothills High School. Oh yeah, so for those of you who, like, stopped watching after I was crying about probably not graduating, I did it. In case you were wondering, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it too. So anyway, yeah. So he commented and he's like, I'm done with you. I'm done with your lies. Like, please don't come back into my life. Like, I can't believe I trusted you. And just, like, trying to guilt trip me. And I'm just sitting there like, you know what I mean? Just like, you done now? And it go to the very end, and she's like, you're a fucking whore. Whoa! Okay, that's weird considering I'm a virgin and I've never done it before. Okay, I still think tongue is gross, so how the hell? Just like, okay. Like, I was just laughing at this guy, and it's just like, he's like, you're a fucking whore, you're a fucking bitch, like, don't bother. And I'm just, again, just still like, hey grandma, get a look at this loco pendejo. Just like, you know, just like, hey grandma, look at this. And just like, you know, just still looking at him like, man, this totally needs a top coat. I'm sorry, you were saying? Like, and just like, bye, don't ever try to contact me again. And I commented, you done yet? Literally, I was just like, you done yet? And he goes, well, yes. Okay, bye. I was just like, okay, bye. And then I deleted him from my post. And, yeah. Hashtag moving on. Don't fuck with Kate Winchester. I'm the fucking principal now. Call me Miss Winchester. It's an emotional reference. But yeah, just like, you know, don't fuck with Kate Winchester. Why are you so obsessed with me? Boy, I'd like to know. And just, yeah, so moral of the story, we are done with the whole stalking harassment thing. Like, I have officially been stalked 3 times. I have been harassed 3 times. And bitch, we are done. We are done with that. If you think I am gonna put up with your shit anymore, you are wrong. And if I ever offended you or anything like that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you got offended. If you are offended by me cursing, if you are offended by me going like this a lot, if you are offended by my hashtags, if you are offended with me doing this and just laughing about a serious topic, I'm not sorry. This is who I am. And if you don't like it, then you can get the fuck out. So, sorry, not sorry. I am sorry that I am not sorry. So, yeah. Again, moral of the story is, please do not fuck with me. Please think twice before you fuck with my life. We are done with that because I have a crazy half Latina grandmother. I have a crazy southern stepmother. I have a passive aggressive yet assertive father. Just don't fuck with me. Like, seriously, it's for your own safety. So anyways, I love you guys. Another moral of the story, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to logic. You're gonna stalk me and tell me where I live, and I'm just gonna go hide in my backyard. So anyways, yeah, I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay body positive. Kate Winchester out. I'll still live bye-bye. And God bless your nutty little hearts. And don't forget to go nuts.